in the future, but just got to boot them and get started these days. So welcome to the ShapeShift DAO weekly op sprint. If you'd like to follow along with the Zoom that's been posted in the stage chat right now. If you're a newcomer to this call, this is a call where every representative from each work stream is able to give a quick overview of everything that they've got going on this week and kind of more at a high level. If you'd like to get any deeper information, please join the individual work streams, individual calls or meetings that they each have scheduled this week. There's a POAP as well. Feel free to scan that on the Zoom and we will drop the URL in the stage chat here in a second as well. And get us started, we will be hearing from the CMODs. So Hunt, take it away whenever you're ready.
Yeah, so GK put this list together, so I'll try to touch on his entire list, and then if there's anything that he missed, I'll dive into it. So there's been influx of scammers, so GK is approaching group bans rather than individual bans. I allocated, in a previous CMOD budget proposal, I allocated funds to GK for premium bots. So I got those funds to him recently, I think Friday. I guess he could touch on those bots. He kind of touched on them here. We added a mod helper, hopefully to get the process of getting co-mods together or in line. That individual may or may not be here. I don't know if they want to try to talk at the community meeting this Thursday or something like that. GK is approaching Sesh Calendar Premium for a year with some of those funds. And the optional channel section seems to be working. I don't know. There's a few things that GK could touch on. As a whole, basic CMOD duties are still being approached with calls, dealing with influxes of users. As marketing continues to throw users at the Discord, there's going to be a larger and larger amount of spam that's going to take place and scam attempts as more opportunities arise. Probably right around 7,000 or 10,000 users when that mark. So GK is going to be on guard when that happens. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Hunt. Sounds like you guys have a whole bunch going on, but it seems like things are moving forward. So appreciate all the work that you guys are doing behind the scenes. It looks like we don't have any updates from the Unified Globalization work stream. I know there's been some delays in them getting started or having that meeting, that demo that they had. I believe it was either at the end of last week or is being pushed off to this week. So look forward to see some updates from LPX and Gray Machine in the Discord. We'll see something going on this week from them. On to marketing and growth.
So I guess I'll stand up for this one. So we've been doing interviews with new contributors for various marketing tasks, PTT, Seth. And we also had a meeting with Tiny Tins. I'm waiting on a sample from Tiny Tins. I did pay that individual to get me some sort of sample of writing content. And Toasty just stepped up, so he might jump in here. He's working on a job description for the email position. There's a social and Reddit strategy being defined involving community integration and leveraging other communities. We want to meet with LPX and Gray as soon as possible to establish like our next course of action for their talent acquisition needs in the budget that they allocated marketing. Further, I've been working on like cross-community promotion and different routes that we could take in that regard. Seth, the one-on-one that we had with Seth also approaches that topic, and he may or may not talk about it moving forward on Thursday. That's all I got.
Yeah, I just wanted to add two more things. I just didn't want to blow up the length of this, but so one of the things we're working on this week as well is, as everybody knows, October 13th. It's when the airdrop starts, degrading 10% a day. So we're going to start this 2-week push campaign, towards the end of this week of just getting everybody to start trying to claim that airdrop. Is as fast as they can, letting them know that time is running out. So we're going to be launching that campaign at the end of the week. We're also going to be working pretty closely with product this week and, in the following weeks of reworking the .com website to be a little bit more DAO focused. And then, overall goal for that is to have it completely transition to a, DAO website in the future. So those are just two other things I wanted to add to what Hunt said.
Awesome. Thanks, Toasty and Hunt. Yeah, let's make sure that we get everyone ready for that airdrop switchover. So thanks for thinking of that and getting something ready well in advance. Up next, we've got support.
Hey guys, good morning. Over here in support land, we had pretty much the same pace of tickets, a little bit higher than the previous weeks. That's a typo as well. I need to go back and change that. I think it was 372 new ticket. No. Well, now I'm questioning myself. Let me skip that part. 63 minutes for our first touch time, about 2 weeks for full resolution time, which is the median. This is really caused by just some lingering bugs that we're working on right now that is keeping about 40 separate tickets. They're not all for one issue, but there's about 40 tickets that we haven't been able to close out yet that, revolve around a few different issues. So that is what's really drawing out that full resolution time. One touch tickets are over 50%. And then our raw satisfaction score is 86%, which is actually really good. It's climbed up a lot just in the past few weeks. And the raw score, for those of you that don't know, this is just the raw score that Zendesk spits out on the customer satisfaction when users do the survey after speaking with an agent. The score below that, which is 97%, is the adjusted CSAT score. So what we do during the quality assurance process, our QA manager will go through and find out, was this CSAT score given because it was poor service from the agent, or was the customer just upset because a feature wasn't available for them or a fix didn't happen for them, so on and so forth. The CSAT score should reflect the agent's work and not necessarily the overall sentiment on their crypto experience. So that adjusted score is 97%. Both are very important to keep an eye on. In terms of proposals, we have a really exciting week for customer support. So today is going to be one of the last days to get your votes in on the ideation phase for the proposal to make me the workstream leader for customer support. The link is right there. Hop in there, add any comments if you'd like. This is the time to get that discussion going, because obviously once it moves into Snapshot, the discussion will be closed. We've also began the discussion on funding the customer support workstream. This is active in the forum as well, and you can meet us tomorrow on this stage at 1:00 Mountain Time, and we're going to talk all the details, and you can ask me anything regarding the proposal I've put together. I've made a couple changes just as of this morning that I slept on over the weekend and went ahead and made those adjustments to it. So you can go check that out on the forum at that link. And for those of you who are interested in helping out customers through Discord or other means, we have Fairdrop and gem articles live in the help desk now. So this is great for if you have, someone asking you, why am I not eligible for the Fairdrop? That article kind of dives in on who's eligible, lists all the different communities and what our intentions were. And then gem article, of course, will walk you through the process of on and offboarding with fiat that was just added to the platform. So thanks, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know.
Awesome. Thanks, Meg. Yeah, looking forward to getting your proposal all the way through the process and seeing support finally funded for a work stream going forward. Product, you guys are up next.
Thank you. Hello, all. So this week for product, we have the proposed product roadmap will be put into ideation this week. So if you have any comments, please comment on it on the forum. I also am going to be moving on. I'm also going to be working on moving documentation over from our old Notion to our new Notion, and so that we can hopefully get that out to the public, into the public hands either later this week or maybe, I think realistically, a little bit next week. But so people can have all that information for the product. work stream. We're going to do an app store release at the end of this week for the Farming V2 version. We're working on testing Fox Farming V2 on web. UX Design is working on the Osmo Bridge designs, and Fox McCloud will be out on Thursday, Friday, and I'll be out Friday afternoon if you guys have questions for me and don't ask or don't hear from me. Sorry. Willie, do you want to add anything?
That sounds great. I got some stuff to cover in tokenomics, but yeah, looking forward to the product roadmap review being put into ideation. And I think, unfortunately, that the recording for that got messed up. So one of my goals is to at least re-record the vision piece of it, because I think that'll be good to have available. So
Yes.
I'm going to work on that this week.
Cool. I did put the slides in the video recording channel if people wanted to take a look at them. They don't obviously don't have voice with them, but if anyone wants to take a look, the slides are in there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Chow and Willie. Let's move on to Josh in engineering.
Hey, morning, everybody. Good week to y'all. For engineering this week, the highest priority is actually number 4 and 5 on this list. That's the contract V2 work, to be able to support users interacting with both the current liquidity mining staking contract and the new one that's coming the middle of this middle of October. Sorry, it's not October yet, and it's on fox.shapeshift.com. We have opened that up for some internal testing, and then so it is dev done. And then for mobile, we plan that to be dev done by the end of the week and testing next week. So that should be plenty of time to find bugs and be ready for go live. Then if I move back up to number 1 on the list, the Unchained work, that's our decentralized backend that we're building. We're adding WebSockets, and what that's going to allow for is for real-time updates, right? When you send a transaction, detect it in the memory pool, push that update to the front end, and automatically be able to see when you've got something pending, either a receive or a send. So that's being done this week. I don't have an estimated dev done date for that, but it's certainly like this week or next week. This is not like, doesn't go for multiple weeks. Chain adapters, that's our middleware layer between Unchained and the front end. We're adding BTC. We did do a successful sign and send using the library chain adapters. Still work on making it typed correctly and being able to bring it into the front end well. Number 3 on the list is the swapper library. So this is what we're bringing into Web V2 so that we can do swaps in Web V2. And after this is in, then we'll focus on doing the 0x integration in Web V2, which will be super exciting. And last, I already talked about Form 5. 6 is wallet planning, right? Web V2 currently supports native and keep key. So our plan, we're making a long-term plan with short-term steps so that we can support things like MetaMask, browser extensions. Talked about that at the roadmap on Friday. So that planning continues this week. And that's it.
Awesome. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, lots of things going on over there with engineering. Looks like we don't have any updates from security. Apologies to that. We're still getting going with these ops sprints, so we'll have that filled out next week for you guys. Moving on to operations, we are accepting applications for the operations assistant JD that's been posted in the public ops channel. If you can't see that and you'd like to, please use the role selector to select operations. If you still cannot see that channel, please reach out to myself or Hunt and we can figure out how to get you to see that channel so you can see the job description. Please send resumes over to tyler@shapeshift.io. And we're looking to try and at least have this role filled by the end of October, hopefully sooner than that, maybe even potentially by the first or second week of October, if possible, if we find the right candidate. We're also locking down the operations notion this week. There's a public notion where you can see all of our documents. We're just making sure we get the perms set on that correctly so everyone can see archivals of our op sprint, of our POAPs, of all of the things that we have documentation on. So look for a resource to be shared, hopefully by the end of the week, once we have all of those perms locked down. We are cleaning up our triage tracking this week as well. We've got for those that don't know, we've got a big Google Doc with every triage reported issue and its tabs on where it is inside any sort of fix with a ticket, as well as recreation steps and areas that it affects. We are doing one last big final push and clean and drawing a line at the sand of bugs that are part of the legacy code base that will not be moving on forward into the new open source code base, and bugs that we think we can fix in that relative time as we transition over. So if you'd like to find out more about this process and learn more about the bugs that we're hanging on to and the bugs that we're going to retire with the old stuff, please join us at Unsolved User Problems, which will be happening, I believe, on Tuesday this week. And we've got our first tests with DAO community members joining this triage process. So we've already got some people that are interested in this, that are interested in seeing how the sausage is made on how we report bugs and take care of them. So we will have our first community members helping us recreate things, reporting things, and that process should be continually opening up as we get that smoothed out. And then, yeah, again, please, if you're interested in seeing some of the ops process for bug reporting, we have Unsolved User Problems this week with myself, Shifty, Fox McCloud, Chow, Lich, a whole bunch of people. So we'll be talking about all of the bugs and all of the broken things in ShapeShift and what we can do to fix them and prioritize them. And that is it for ops. Pass it off to tokenomics.
GM, everybody. Exciting week in Fox tokenomics world. Last week we launched the fair drop. So far there's been over 700 claims, which is 140,000 Fox worth. Hildobby, who created this first analytics dashboard, said he's going to update the dashboard to include analytics for this new fair drop. Stay tuned for that. Also, something to note is that with the amount of Fox that's all these addresses are eligible for, it's 200 Fox, which right now at current prices is worth about $60. I think that we might be seeing lower claims than normal because the gas cost to claim at times is even more expensive than the value of the claim. So that's unfortunate, but hopefully we'll see that improve. Last week we had a talk from the Olympus DAO team. They talked to us about Olympus Pro, and they put their proposal to launch a bond program for Fox ETH liquidity and ideation. The plan for this is to launch it around the same time that we have the next round of liquidity mining starting, which would be October 12th. So this is a timely proposal, and they want to, I think, get it all the way through the governance process before this next round of liquidity mining begins. So please take a look at that, watch the recording if you missed it, and express your opinion in the proposal discussion. Also, the ET proposal made it to Snapshot and then got taken down because they wanted to address some security concerns brought up by Mr. Nerdhair. I think that's gone well, and so I'm expecting to see the new and improved version of this proposal in Snapshot imminently. Stay tuned for that. Also in ideation right now, we have 3 revenue-generating affiliate partnership proposals, which is awesome. One of these is from Perp Protocol. Also, last week, a proposal from Perp Protocol for a 100,000